Alright guys, so here's one of my best friends, Carl. Yeah, one of my best friends. I met him in high school and went to college and we're still friends, so it is possible. Carl right here. Alright, he wants to say a few words to you guys. He asked me to teach him Spanish because he found out I'm a Spanish teacher and he wishes he paid more attention in Spanish class.
That's
But
right.
here you go. Welcome to Carl.
All right, thanks, Jude. First of all, I want to say I appreciate you for having me here. Getting to learn Spanish and just basically understand the importance of learning Spanish. First of all, I want to stress that you kind of want to learn Spanish because it's the second most spoken language. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that just shows you how important it is in our society. You know, you shouldn't just overlook it and just take it for granted. You want to make sure you put in the time and understand the structure. And the good thing that Jude's doing is he's teaching the basics and building on that. So you want to learn the basics and you want to make sure you understand the basics and then put it together because you can't have a house without a good base, right? And that's what Jude's been teaching me. And I'm just very appreciative of having this knowledge and understanding it and just trying to apply it. You know, whether you want to become a doctor, maybe a teacher, a lawyer, you want to know a second language. You know, you want to make sure that you're your own interpreter and you want to make sure that you understand other languages. For me personally, Spanish was one of the classes that I just sucked at. I didn't really quite understand it. The structure just didn't resonate with me well. And, you know, I didn't really feel confident learning Spanish.
Hey Carl, how many Spanish classes have you had in your life?
So I've taken Spanish, I believe, 3 times, and I failed one in high school.
Wow.
Yep.
You failed one?
Yep.
Oh man, I'm sorry for that.
So guys, you know, and I never understood how important it was back then, but now I see that Spanish is something that you should definitely try to learn, guys. Whether it's Spanish or any other language, you want to hone in on learning the language. Even when I was younger, I've had times where I wasn't learning material and I kind of just put myself down, but just keep practicing, like Jude said in the previous videos. Keep practicing and it'll come to you. Ask questions, ask your peers who are better than you or who understand it at a different level. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions and just put in the work, honestly. So, like Jude's been saying, just practice. Practice makes almost perfect. Can't stress that enough, guys. And like I said, it's just something that's very important for you all to just take into consideration. Whether you want to be a Spanish major or not, you know, just understand how important it is. I know you guys and gals are at a young age where a lot of these things are kind of just, you know, in one ear out the other ear, but this is a very important class. And it takes someone like me to tell you guys because I've been there and I understand how important it is. So just, like I said, guys, take the time to practice every day. You know, just give it like an hour, 30 minutes every day, or however long Jude wants you guys to. Just put in the time, and I promise you'll see results. Practice makes perfect. And,
All right, good words, Carl. Good words. Anything else to add?
just keep at it. That's it.
Yeah, stay in school.
Stay in school, guys. Don't do drugs.
All right. Okay, so what Carl was saying, practice. So you can see something like this, AR, an easy map. Okay, this is easy. This is simple. It looks complicated when you first see it, but when you know everything that's on there, it's easy. But if you don't practice, then when it comes time to actually use that, you're gonna be thinking, and thinking is not fun. Okay, you want to get to the point where you practice this so much that you can just say ellos and already know. Ellos aman, right there. Ellos aman. You don't even think about it. You want to get to that point where your practice just takes over, and every time you say ellos, you know you're going to end in aman. Or every time you hear yo, you know you're going to end in o. That's what practice does. It gets to the point where you don't have to think. Imagine if you could take a test and you never had to think. If you could take a test and it was just like writing in your own language. That's what practice does. That's what practice does for you. So, when I give you a bunch of words to practice, what I'm doing there is I'm trying to get you guys to get that memory, get it into your memory, not to memorize, but to get it to where your brain is just, like, it's just operating. It's not really thinking. It's just doing it based on just what you've practiced. And that's the whole point. It's not just learning it. You can learn stuff all day long. You can learn You can learn the alphabet. You can learn all the rules. But if you don't practice it, it's gonna be hard to get to. You just have to practice, and that way, as soon as you hear it, you know how to spell it. As soon as you see it, you know how to say it. That's practice. So keep at it, guys. Thanks one more time to Carl, for helping me out over here. This is my Box South classroom, and everybody's loving Spanish. So you guys keep at it. I'm glad you guys are in the class, and I hope you guys can find a way to just find your own way of studying and just take control. Don't count on me, all right? And you guys at home who are watching, I always pretend you're like sitting in your couch, but actually you're doing the most productive thing you can be doing. You're learning another language. Definitely. So that's crazy, all right? Imagine going your whole life and you only know one language. There's people like that. Like the president, he probably only knows one language, and that's kind of, to think about that. You can know more than the president, all right? So keep practicing, guys, and you'll get there.